Daily Mass Readings. July 24, 2019. Wednesday, Week 16. First reading. Exodus chapter 16 verse 1 to 5 and 9 to 15. The whole congregation of the Israelites set out from Elim. And Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between the Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they had departed from the land of Egypt. The whole congregation of the Israelites complained against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. The Israelites said to them, "If only we had died by the hand of Lord in land Egypt, when sat flesh-pots and ate our fill bread. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill whole assembly with hunger." Then the Lord said to Moses, "I am going to rain bread from heaven for you. And each day the people shall go out and gather enough for the day. In that way I will test them, whether they will follow my instruction or not. On the sixth day, when they prepare what they bring in, it will be twice as much as they gather on other days." Then Moses said to Aaron, "Say to the whole congregation of the Israelites, Draw near to the Lord, for he has heard your complaining." And as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the Israelites, they looked toward the wilderness, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. The Lord spoke to Moses and said, "I have heard the complaining of the Israelites. Say to them, At twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall have your fill of bread. Then you shall know that I am the Lord your God." In the evening quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning there was a layer of dew around the camp. When the layer of dew lifted, there on the surface of the wilderness was a fine flaky substance, as fine as frost on the ground. When the Israelites saw it, they said to one another, "What is it?" For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, "It is the bread that the Lord has given you to eat." Responsorial Psalm. Psalms chapter 77 verse 18 to 19 and verse 23 to 28. Response. The Lord gave them bread from heaven. In their heart they put God to the test by demanding the food they craved. They even spoke against God. They said, "Is it possible for God to prepare a table in the desert?" Response. The Lord gave them bread from heaven. Yet he commanded the clouds above, and opened the gates of heaven. He rained down manna for their food, and gave them bread from heaven. Response. The Lord gave them bread from heaven. Mere men ate the bread of angels. He sent them abundance of food. He made the east wind blow from heaven and roused the south wind by his might. Response. The Lord gave them bread from heaven. He rained food on them like dust, winged fowl like the sands of the sea. He let it fall in the midst of their camp, and all around their tents. Response. The Lord gave them bread from heaven. Gospel reading. Matthew chapter 13 verse 1 to 9. Jesus left the house and sat beside the sea. Such great crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat there, while the whole crowd stood on the beach. And he told them many things in parables, saying, Listen. A sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seeds fell on the path, and the birds came and ate them up. Other seeds fell on rocky ground, where they did not have much soil, and they sprang up quickly, since they had no depth of soil. But when the sun rose, they were scorched, and since they had no root, they withered away. Other seeds fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked them. Other seeds fell on good soil and brought forth grain, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Let anyone with ears listen.